Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Campaign 0, Episode 4 of Lorebreaker. We've been on hiatus because life is hectic for many of us, and we like to value our real life time to our in-game time. So, welcome back, players. Welcome back, chat. When we last left our intrepid heroes, they were returning to McNamara's trading post. And we should probably put some music back on. Ta-da! I don't want to drown out the players, but we've got it going now. Fantastic. But as I've done across my my other campaigns through the month of June, I am giving all of my players a free Pride inspiration, which, unlike regular inspiration in D&D, grants you a natural 20 on anything you wish to use it for. But you have to say explicitly that you are using your Pride inspiration. Other groups have called it Gayspiration, and I think we're going to continue to go for that because it's a neat little name. It's a neat little name.
What an ally.
Inspiration.
Oh man. But yeah, so players, you have your Pride inspiration. And if anyone would like to attempt a recap, I know it's been a while. If anyone would like to attempt a recap, you would be able to gain yourself a regular inspiration as well, because all of these stack. They don't expire. They don't expire at any time. Aside from the Pride inspirations, after Pride Month, they just become regular inspirations. So,
fair enough.
What would anyone like to attempt a recap, or would you guys want me to try to do that?
I'll give it a shot.
All right, go for it.
All right, so our dear friends, the Red Cap and the Magical Cat, whose names I totally remember, but I'm keeping them vague because I'm mysterious, led us to the Pumpkin Patch, where we met a group of gremlins who were gorging themselves on magically grown pumpkins. When we went to speak to them and asked for a little bit of fellowship and speaking to their leader, they asked us to take care of a spider for them. After a little bit of exploring around, we found the spider, who was a trapdoor spider, as it turned out, and saved Satyr from nearly being eaten by it.
And just wanted a friend. Come on now.
And we saved Satyr from being eaten by the spider by blowing it up right in front of Satyr. Everyone is happy, and they went ahead and told us that they too are going through some stuff, and their home has been taken over by some bad guys, and they need our help even further because we're heroes. Except I'm evil.
You can have
and
evil
now we
heroes.
have made our way back to McNamara's, where we have discovered that there are some Colpain folks waiting for us inside the fort.
Oh yeah, there's people. We're making new friends everywhere.
Yeah, real people every day.
And blowing up some potential friends.
I don't know. That out of anything you could befriend, I think the spider was the least likely out of everything.
He didn't know he liked hugs yet. You never gave them a chance to teach him that he could like hugs.
Friends don't drain all the bodily fluids out of other friends.
Hey man, I did blow him up, but I did flip the coin. It wasn't really my choice. Hersham was working through me there.
Okay. Well, for the contributions to the recap, Bramble and Satyr, feel free to net yourselves a regular inspiration on top of all the other inspirations that you may or may not have accumulated.
Yay!
No worries.
But as was mentioned before, you do return to trading post, and within the trading post, there are individuals waiting for you. So let's go ahead and move you guys here. So with that, often two separate directions of the fort itself, the main building where you guys have kind of like set up as your little base of operations, your little HQ. You've got your own little rooms, your tables, things that, you know, your own personal effects, right? The figures kind of acknowledge you. You notice that there is there's one man who has a darker beard, no mustache to it at all, but he looks to be wearing like priestly trappings, and the other man has a scar down one eye, like very grizzled mercenary like appearance, and with him are three other armored individuals. They all appear to be wearing the same coloration. But beyond that, they just like briefly acknowledge you, and Angus and Theodosia give a nod to you guys and say they've come from Colpain, and it seems they're here to help, but they've not said much beyond what kind of help that they're willing to offer. They both appear to need something, and since you've been wandering the marches for a while, perhaps you might be able to help them or see what they might need.
Using my like knowledge of the courts of Colpain, do I recognize, like, would say to recognize these people at all, or?
Actually, if you'd like to make a history check, absolutely.
Yeah. One moment. It's been a minute here. I need to remember how to do that. Here we go. History check.
Ooh, a 23. 23, very good.
All right.
That's very, very good. You look over at the armored gentleman, and instantly you see the house colors of House Dost, D-O-S-T. And given his physical appearance, scar over one eye, very grizzled appearance, kind of a messy mat of hair, and
the soldier one.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, the soldier one. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, sorry. You cast a glance over at him, and you notice it immediately, and you see that you recall that House Dost had undergone a recent scandal.
Kind of scandal.
One of the sons of House Dost had an affair between between themselves and a lowborn woman who was like a weaver's daughter, and it became public knowledge. The current patriarch of House Dost, Tovan, Tovan, he disowned a man named Calvin. He disowned a man named Calvin, which would have been the one who had engaged in the affair, and Calvin themselves had fled their house to serve as a mercenary. And you can see that this person here fits the descriptor of Calvin Dost.
Okay. Were they a particularly predominant figure in the courts at the time? Or...
The patriarch was. The patriarch Tovin was.
Gotcha. Okay. So I wouldn't have to necessarily worry about them recognizing me.
No.
From about it.
No, not at all. Not at all. You wouldn't have to worry about them recognizing you. But you recognize them, and it's mostly because like some of the way that some of the guards are like talking to one another. They've got their shields and their weapons kind of like leaned up against tables, and you see the all the words escaping me.
I recognize that crest.
Yeah, you recognize the crest. Thank you. It is a half ruined tower with two crescent moons in the upper right quadrant.
Thank you very much.
The other figure, you would have to make a religion check because you're not sure who this figure is or who they might serve.
Yeah, might as well. I think I'm decent with religion. Where's that at? Oh yeah, actually I'm quite good with religion. But not great today. An 11.
An 11. You cast a glance over, and it looks like they're wearing like a lot of neutral earthy tones, other than kind of like a muted dark blue or a muted lighter blue scarf. Looks to have like some aquatic motifs on the scarf itself, but the rest of their trappings are neutral browns, grays, and things like that. You don't recognize the symbol, so you're not sure who they venerate.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I speaking now as Satyr, I suppose we can hear them out. We have been out in the swamps. It wouldn't hurt, at least, right, guys, right?
The more people to do work, the less work I have to do. I agree.
I think we just need to take a rest. We're covered in probably a lot of pumpkin guts and spider guts, you know.
Yeah, you haven't really had a chance to like bathe.
I've still got my antennae in my pocket, looking for a chance to reattach them.
I know. Satyr did rinse off in a river because he was quite mad at everyone.
Yeah.
So
I do remember that.
The spider guts off of him.
We needed to find him a little waterfall so he could have the nature equivalent of curled up in the shower.
That'd be
that
so
spider
funny.
just needed some love.
I could have fixed her.
I could have saved them. I could have changed them.
Well, in that case, since we're still so forced dirty, Bramble will excuse himself to his room to bathe and clean up before even acknowledging anybody else.
Okay.
Satyr he has his hood up still, I would say, like his kind of cowl wrapped around him so that it's up over his head still. But he'll being fairly clean and curious as to why they're here, he'll head over and also just trying to he's a little curious about what kind of rumors he can get from Cole Payne, and as well as just what it is that they would want from us out here. So he'll try to engage the people.
Okay.
The newcomers.
Which one do you engage with first? Because they are on opposite ends of the main building. They're not sitting together. They kind of like cast glances towards one another, but they don't talk to one another.
I'll have him go towards the one he presumes is Calvin, because he's got that little bit of recognition. And
okay.
knows that with the scandal, even if he knew who Satyr was, probably wouldn't care.
Okay, that's fair. All right. As you approach, the armored man, the other 3 soldiers with him, turn their heads, and they kind of step forward as if they're going to like impose like themselves between the two of you. And the man
Hi,
holds his
guys.
hand up. He holds his hand up, and he's like, "Nope, stand down." And he steps forward.
Great. Satyr just kind of steps forward past them, like nervously eyeing the guards. But seeing them yielding feels more comfortable enough to at least approach the soldier. I trust your journey out here was a safe one.
Yeah, surprisingly less bandit activity than we expected.
Well, that's good. That means we might be making some headway out here. He's just putting on like a big cheesy smile and trying to act as like approachable and friendly as possible.
At least that's what Angus has been telling us, that you've been making headway. Are you the leader of this outfit? And he kind of like looks past to see, like, Bramble walked past everybody to go take a bath, right? Like, he just ignored them.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
He is not presentable to any kind of diplomacy.
Okay, fair. And what's Snorri doing?
Snorri's trying to look for some way to wash the majority of the gunk off himself.
Okay.
He's normally not concerned about looking presentable, but he is like filthy right now. He never did anything after he dug the pit at the very beginning, and then he's just been in the woods and around like pumpkin guts and spiders exploding.
No, that's very fair. That's very fair. Again, the McNamaras have, you know, baths that they've drawn for you guys if you need them. So those basic amenities are available to you. So if you're gonna go take a bath, then you can also go take a bath while Satyr talks to everybody.
Satyr turns to look around and just doesn't see anyone from his party there. I wouldn't really say we have a leader per se, but
Well, how do you
I
get
suppose
how do you
I
get
can
anything done
definitely
with no
help.
leader? How do you get anything done with no leader?
well, consider it like a council, I guess. For now. Anyways, what brings you out here?
Well, and he kind of stands at like mild attention. He says, "My name is Calvin Dost, and I've been sent here on behalf of the Cask Barons to assist in the fortification of these lands, and was told to find those who were chartered in doing so and offer any assistance that may be needed. Have you met much resistance out here?"
Oh, well, we definitely are still getting the lay of the land, and I have met a few of the locals, I guess we can say, but surprisingly, they've all seemed fairly open to diplomacy. We have actually, I guess you all haven't met them. I don't see them around here now, but we have made contact with some of the local bandits, and have talked them into helping our cause here as well.
You've managed to convince cutthroats and thieves to stop being cutthroats and thieves?
I mean, sometimes people just need a chance to show what they're able to do. And I mean, out here, people haven't had a lot of chance. But yes, it has seemed that maybe not all of them. We still are working out some kinks with the larger organization, but it does seem that there are smaller sects within the bandit population that are able to be reasoned with.
Well, our orders were to assist in any way that we can. We've been told to defer to the leadership here at the fort, but we've also been tasked with serving as protectors should any violence occur.
Satyr gives a deep bow, and we are very, very grateful for the assistance you offer here. While we haven't come across too much that has been outwardly aggressive in at the fort here, it's always comforting to know that the way back and forth can be more protected, and there are people interested in these areas, making them habitable.
Well, it seems that
Yeah.
the marches are a place where someone might be able to get a second chance. And if you are willing to give people a second chance, then perhaps that is the that should be the motto moving forward.
I agree with those sentiments entirely. That I think this is a perfect place for second chances.
I want you to make an insight check, Satyr.
Okay. Let's see. Insight check. Oof. We got an 8.
With an 8, you're not really sure of like a soldier's body language. You think that there's like a slight relaxation in his shoulders when you say that you share the sentiment that, you know, everyone should get a second chance. But you're not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But Calvin says, my men and I, if you need anything, if you need us to scour out a den or anything of that nature, feel free to send us out a ways, and we will take care of it for you. Mechanically, what this means is if there is a job that you do not wish to do that involves violence, you can send Calvin and his men. You can tell them to use diplomacy also. Their chances of being able to implement diplomacy is a 50-50, right?
Yeah.
So it's a 50-50. They will defer to your order, but if they are like waylaid by bandits or something like that, they will defend themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
But basically what this means is that you can use them as a resource and send them out to like, hey, just do a perimeter check or anything of the sort, and then they can take care of like combat oriented tasks for you guys. They can even accompany you guys on quests, and you can use them in battle. Like if you don't want to battle, but you're like, hey, I want to send them to go do it, they will go and do it. Calvin himself is far more capable than his men are. His men are just like low level, like mercenary soldiers.
Yeah.
But he himself is more capable. So his survivability is like higher than theirs. But yeah, so basically he is a resource in which you can use.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. I'm gonna make some notes of that. I would say Satyr at that point is then like, well, I'm sure you all have had just as long of a journey as we have getting out here. Get some rest if you all haven't. I'm sure there's plenty of work that can be done. But it doesn't do any good to rush into it right away. Make sure you and your men are taken care of as well.
Very good. We've set up our tents just outside the palisade. So if you need us, feel free to find us out there. We'll find that we are more of use when we are still within a military mindset. Staying safe within a fort doesn't. We like to keep our heads on a swivel and see if anything's coming our way. So if we are outside the walls, we have a better chance of seeing something approaching.
I understand, and we appreciate it. If there's anything that I or anyone within the fort can offer, I'll do my best to make sure you're accommodated. And Satyr holds out his hand to offer to shake it.
And he shakes it very firmly. He says, "Actually, there is one thing. What was your name again?"
Oh, I'm Woodson.
Woodson.
Yeah, just I was just a regular shop hand back in Colpane, and I just they wanted a different life, and I just signed up for the campaign, and I'm no one to worry about, really. He says and kind of waves his hand defensively, taking a bit of a step back.
Can you make me a either a performance or a deception check, please, Satyr?
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's go with performance. That's a little better. What do we get?
You got a 7.
Wrong screen. Oh no.
You notice Calvin like assesses you for a second, but he doesn't say anything.
Second chances and all that,
Yeah, and he kind of gives a nod as if it's like, okay, I understand. Like, you could read on his face, like, very much, I understand.
Yeah.
And
I see he doesn't believe me, but isn't going to make a fuss over it.
Right. He's not going to out the fact that you lied about who you are, or that, I came here to do this. And he doesn't see you as suspicious, just that, okay, I get why you're trying to lie.
Yeah.
He says, actually, there is something that you could do for me. Our reasons for coming out here again are very clear. However, I do have a personal stake in something that has drawn me out here personally. And if while you are out and about in the marches, you happen to discover this particular thing, I would greatly appreciate any information on it. Might I talk to you in private for a moment, Woodson?
Certainly. He gives a nod and steps forward wherever you'd like.
And he dismisses his soldiers. He says, "Men, go tend to our tents and get something on the stew pot." And he walks you over to another portion of the main building. And he says, "There was a mercenary that I had been working with for some time. A man by the name of Mox Vandor." And I'll put that in the chat also.
Do I recognize the name?
You can make a history check if you wish. You can make a history check. The name
probably
is
not.
Yeah, that name is not familiar to you. It's like, oh, okay.
I dealt with a lot more nobles than mercenaries.
Exactly. But Calvin says, some months ago, I worked with this mercenary, and Vandor robbed a group that we were working with and fled here into the marches, supposedly to become a bandit. And personally, I hope to catch him alive and return him back to Colpane, so he can meet his his proper judicial punishment.
I see. We haven't heard of anyone going by that name yet, but we do have a lead on a group of bandits in our area, run by one known as Lady Saber. Definitely something, if they came out here to be a bandit, it's likely they would have thrown in with that group.
Well, if that is the case, then that would be the that would be where I would suggest we start looking. But do that on your own time. I don't feel like he's going anywhere. I think he sees safety in the wilderness of the marches. So, but if you do come across any information about Vandor, do let me know. He does need to be served justice. As I said, I want him alive. Should you be able to return him to me alive, I can see what connections I can pull to see about outfitting the fort a little bit better with things that you might need.
Understood. And is this a... He kind of looks around, over back in the direction towards where his men are dismissed. Is this a discreet matter, or...
My men know that that we are to bring bandits to justice. They just don't know my particular stake in this particular bandit.
Understood.
And I would like that to remain that way.
No troubles on my part. It can be our business alone. And he gives a kind of awkward, as best attempt at like a military salute as he can, but not quite doing it right, probably.
So as you do a little military, like a very awkward military salute, you watch as Calvin kind of like steps forward. He uses his boot to kind of like knock your feet together so you stand properly. He doesn't do it like hard. He just like taps your feet to get you to stand properly, and then he adjusts your elbow and then like the slight outturn of your hand, and he says, "If you're going to salute a soldier, you might as well do it properly." And he kind of gives you a wink with his other eye. You don't know if it's a wink.
Sorry, I just saw that Attack on Titan.
You don't know if it's a wink or a blink, given that one of his eyes is kind of like swollen shut. But from the inflection and the turn of his head, you can tell that it's a wink, Satyr.
Excellent. Okay. Well, good. I think Satyr's happy about that. He feels like he's got an ally from this.
There you go. So as you're talking to them, Bramble and Snorri, the two of you have separate baths. You're able to bathe yourselves and get cleaned up.
It's
I don't give-
There's only
I-
one
I-
bath. It's fine.
So I
What's that?
don't get to have an awkward conversation in the bath?
I mean, you can. Do you want to have an awkward conversation in the bath?
Kind of.
Well,
I want there to be a completely separate bath, and I just like drag the tub sloshing over.
I want that to be canon. You as your conversation ends, Satyr, you hear this hellacious grinding of a clawfoot tub being dragged from one portion of the longhouse to another.
Don't worry about that. It's probably just my companions.
Good goblins on high, what are you doing?
I thought you'd want some company.
If I did, I have Gary. Right, Gary?
Well, maybe I wanted to hang out with Gary too.
Gary is in a sink filled with water, and he's just kind of floating on his back, but he can't do the da-da-da-da-da-da. He can't do that. Not laying on his back anyway.
Very buoyant.
He just floats like he floats like a stick in a cup of water. Like he's just spinning around. The large basin that he's in.
Is all the water gonna warp him or something?
He's magical enough. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. That Bramble says while trying to cover himself in the tub. How did you even carry that?
I mean, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, like Snorri, you I like to think that the big dragon man is like naked and dragging this tub into the room. So you managed to
You mean, like what happened?
Yeah. Is that what happened? Like, feel free to describe exactly what happened.
He loudly dragged the clawfoot tub into the same area of Bramble. Now he's just hitting the full Geralt in the tub with like his feet sticking out.
Was it a tub full of water?
Yes.
That's even more impressive.
Like I said, it wasn't easy.
Bramble is just watching in horror because he is already fully submerged and not going to get out.
In fact, I have a strength of 13, so it was not very easy.
Actually, I want you to make an either athletics or a strength check, whichever is better for you, Snorri.
Well, neither.
19.
Wow.
Hey, I mean,
So it was actually pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, you thought that it wasn't easy. However, for you it was remarkably easy. Even with the water. Actually, it became easier as half the water spilled out onto the floor.
Yeah.
and went like throughout the halls. So now the floors are slippery when wet. You get the tub inside, you plop down in all Geralt style, and there's still enough water to bathe yourself, but most of it's out of the tub, obviously. But yeah, you and Bramble are now, you've made one bathroom as opposed to multiples. What else do you do?
So, Bramble, have you put any thought into how I get those sticks back on my head?
The sticks? That's...
Yes, from when I was a bug.
I do recall that, yes. Bramble has kind of accepted the fact that there's really nothing he can do about this situation. Have you tried magic? Have you tried actually some sort of transfiguration magic? I'm sure that it would work better than the sticks. That was really a formative time in the woods for you, wasn't it?
Yes, it's been years since I encountered fey creatures.
Once
But
you're
I
around,
don't really seem to have any spells that could get these back on. I was thinking honey.
Aren't you afraid that would attract more bugs?
Well, I mean, if they think I'm a bug, I'll be a pretty large bug. I think they'd be pretty scared of me, so they might stay away.
I suppose that's valid logic.
You also notice like how like messed up Snorri's legs are. Like they clearly look like they've been broken badly and then didn't heal well.
Oh. Does it hurt to walk like that?
Yes.
It does?
Why do you think I walk so bow-legged? It hurts pretty bad.
Oh. Goodness, how did it come to be like that?
Well, it was long ago.
Oh no.
Approximately 15 years.
Oh, that's not that long.
I was a young boy in my village. And I came from a warrior people. I was never too good at it, but I had one ability no one else did. I could read.
You can read?
Yes.
Oh.
Why do you think I have that big spooky spell book I always carry with me?
I assumed to use as a blunt weapon.
Well, I suppose that could work, but You see, I wanted to be a warrior just like everyone else, even though, it wasn't my forte. So I tried to train and train in the forest in secret because I was ashamed. I climbed a very big tree and I fell out of it and broke my legs.
I see.
And as I lay there, I noticed a badger den, and I had resigned myself to the fate of being eaten by badgers. However, I heard a beautiful symphony of violin music come through the forest and laughter, and it was the Prince of Fools, Hirson, himself. And he said that was one of the funniest things he had ever seen, how I fell out of that tree and broke my legs. And so if he became my patron, I would get his power and he would fix my legs.
Well, he didn't do a very good job of it, I would say.
No, but you have to admit it's pretty funny.
I can admit, yes, it is rather funny.
It is pretty funny, isn't it?
It is pretty funny.
I
yeah.
wasn't laughing at the time, but now looking back, it's pretty funny how bow-legged I walk. It's very silly.
It's so silly. I don't know how you live. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, this explains quite a lot about you, Snorri. Quite a lot. You're basically a celestial jester. Ooh. I should write that down.
That's one of the nicest things anyone's called me.
Yeah. No, you're right. Oh,
Are you okay? You look like you're going to throw up.
Gary, bring the chamber pot.
Gary kind of like rolls over in the basin and tries to like paddle, but he is making no progress because he's basically found himself in the center of the basin and he has no forward motion, but you could tell he's trying. He's doing his best.
Oh, he's gonna drown if he keeps like that.
Gary looks up for a second. He's like, there's a look on his face. I need you to make an insight check, Bramble.
Insight check. Roll. 16.
Gary looks at you and he's like, wait, I can drown? That's the look that's on his face. His little mouth just opens in shock.
Bramble suddenly has a sort of disappointed look. No, you can't breathe. You're a puppet because of what you did, Gary.
Gary hangs his head in shame and continues to try to paddle towards the edge of the basin. I need a perception check from Snorri, though.
Oh, where is it on this sheet? It's not under... Oh, there it is.
16. Snorri, as you are having this this moment, I don't know what else to call it between two men in separate tubs.
It's our first S-Link moment.
As that's happening, and as you see Bramble kind of trying to direct information to Gary, like, hey, get the chamber pot.
While throwing up in his mouth.
Yeah. You notice, on a shelf that had nothing on it prior, there is a small, it looks like a tube. It looks like a tube with like a twist-off cap. But it draws your eyes immediately.
Bramble, was that in here when you came in?
What?
And I'll point to the tube.
That's an excellent question. Was it?
No.
God?
No,
No, it wasn't.
no, it wasn't there. That shelf was empty. That's where your
Hmm.
towel and everything was. But now
That-
there's nothing there, other than this
Where's
this
my
tube.
towel?
It's on the floor.
Oh, God. It's right there on the floor. Oh, that floor is dirty. What? That was not there when I came in.
And the floor is wet now too.
Yeah, the floor's wet now.
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm slowly realizing how worse and worse the situation is.
And you're stuck in it. You're stuck in this situation because from my perspective, from my vantage, I feel like when Snorri brought his tub into the room, he didn't bring it like all the way in so people could like walk around it. He brought it in far enough that he could have a conversation with you. Now he's blocking the doorway. That's how I
fire,
imagine it. Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and grab it, Snorri? Sinks deeper into tub.
I'll slosh out of the tub and just walk over to it.
So as you walk over and your soaking wet body like drips water all the way across the floor and onto Bramble's damp and now completely soaked towel, you see that it looks like a small tube of some kind of paste. And upon further inspection, you see that it's a silverish tube with a white cap. Very plain. It doesn't have like any labels or anything on it. But it appears like the bottom portion of it looks to be like slightly rolled up.
It's got paste in it.
I don't know. Do you open it up?
Yeah.
Okay. It smells like oranges.
What is it?
Okay.
And inside is a very viscous, like almost clear substance.
I swear, this is just toothpaste.
It appears to be a tube full of slime.
Well, that sounds like a perfectly normal thing to just suddenly appear in a bathroom.
I
Why don't you
we've
put
seen
some of it on
pretty
your
weird
finger?
stuff out here. Snorri considers that's probably not good, but it'd also be funny, so he will do that.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a little dab of it with my finger.
Okay. You put a little dollop of it on your finger, and again, it smells like oranges, but then the more that it is exposed to air, you notice that there's like a faint chemical smell with it.
Hmm.
You can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
I'll try.
Pretty good.
Whoa. Yeah.
Is that a nat 20? That's a nat 20.
Yeah, because I have a +3 to Arcana.
Snorri, this is god glue.
Okay.
It is essentially fantasy super glue. Each little container of it contains a few ounces. I need you to roll me a d6. I need you to roll me a d6, please.
I would just do that IRL.
That's fine. That's fine. I believe you and trust your rolls.
This is how Snorri gets himself super glued to a bathroom wall.
Take the whole
one.
longhouse with us.
What'd you get, Snorri?
1.
Okay. So this container has been slightly rolled up a little bit more so that it's seen a lot of use. However, it does contain 2 ounces. It contains 2 ounces of this glue. This god glue, 1 ounce can, with a nat 20, it forms a permanent adhesive bond between any 2 objects. And 1 ounce can cover a 1 foot square surface. And the glue takes a minute to set. Once it does, and this is only with a nat 20 that you know this, once it does, the bond can only be broken by the application of a universal solvent, an oil of etherealness, or a wish spell.
Figuring this out, I'm going to, Snorri's quickly going to immerse his hand in water before it sets.
Okay. And it rinses off before it can set. You haven't used an ounce of it yet. This is like a little sampling because you only put like a little dollop on there. But you have a tube of god glue.
I'm gonna look at it for a second, then look at Bramble. Well, I did find the solution to the bug antenna, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
What do you mean? What solution?
Oh, this is god glue.
God glue. Oh.
I'll explain what you told me about it.
Okay. And that just appeared there.
Yep.
I hate to be on the side of God, Snorri, but you said that patron of yours is a trickster, correct?
Yes.
Am I right in assuming that might be him? Saying,
most probably. I mean, you stick
to your head.
Snorri, with a nat 20, you know that your patron has blessed you with a smattering of god glue.
Meanwhile, some poor carpenter is just like, where did I put my god glue?
Right?
It is used. He didn't even send you a fresh tube.
He basically sent you like two full uses of it, but like you can use it for like small things. But it covers an ounce apiece. 1 ounce covers the a 1 foot square surface. So
the Bramble and Satyr start fighting. I can make them in the forever get along shirt.
you glue them in a shirt.
Yeah, the get along shirt.
Beautiful, perfect. Snorri, why don't I say you head back to your room right now and glue those sticks to your goddamn head?
Well, I mean, I could do that, and it has crossed my mind, but you know, what if I don't want to be a bug forever?
Well, you know, if you could be a deer. You ever thought about being a deer?
Well, of course I have, but you know, do you want to do that forever as well? You know, I just said this is a pretty life-altering decision.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You know where you should think about that decision?
The bath?
No, your room. I mean, you could take your bath into your room. I used to have one of those. It's very nice.
Yeah, I suppose this is something to ponder. And the Snorri's gonna take that. He's just gonna loudly push the tub back into his room.
So, your rooms are like on the second floor, and the bath is on the main floor. You're gonna try to push your tub up the stairs.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't think about that. So I guess I'll just push the bath back to where it was and then go back to my room.
Okay. All right. So the two of you finish up your bath. Bramble, you wish that you could have finished your bath in peace. However, Snorri didn't allow that to happen. That being said, Satyr, after you're finished talking with Calvin, what do you do from there?
I would like to. I guess right after that, I'll wait until I'm seeing them, and then like the other two, and I would like to kind of go and get a quick chance to refresh. Nothing like crazy, just kind of a quick rinse off, not a proper bath. Get a little bit of food in me, but then I think Satyr would like to try to grab one of his spare like empty books that he has,
Okay.
and start trying to write down a census of everyone who is like in the new town. So like he's got like Amos and his sister, like writing down, like trying to get like the name of the guards that Calvin's brought with them, and just kind of like just generally kind of write a census down of who is the population of this new kingdom, quote quote, you know.
Okay. No, that's very fair. So as you're kind of scribbling that down, are you doing that in your room, or are you doing that in like your general work area in the
I'd say down in the main area where I have like all my books and stuff set up. Like I've since now pulled over a chair, and I just have like my own little like lantern or candle or something there
Okay.
on my desk, and he's just like writing down, like taking chance, like if he needs to like, get up and like speak to some of the soldiers, be like, what's your name? Which won't be terribly important, but like for his notes, he'll have their actual names and stuff down.
Okay. As you get their names and they kind of like log everything down, they understand the need to kind of keep a registry of, you know, who's coming in and out of the fort, and they're like, oh, this is a really good idea. They've really got things down. And you hear them kind of like mumble to themselves like, oh, they're really taking stock in this, so maybe this will succeed. And as you're taking their names down, they kind of like formed a line, and then you take their names down and stuff, and then finally the you see the priest make his way up. He says, "Ah, nature be with you, child."
And you as well, Satyr says, and kind of bows his head. I am trying to get a bit of a count of people who are staying here. I guess get the bureaucracy side of this settlement running. Might I ask your name?
Ah, yes. My name is Nestor Hawke.
Well met, Nestor. And are you out here for good as well, or just a visit?
Well, my story is a complicated one, probably not as complicated as you or your friends. But I overheard you speaking to that soldier over there, and he makes a nod towards Calvin. He says, I didn't mean to be dropping any eaves, but I overheard second chances, and I believe that is a very strong merit to take from a place such as this.
I believe if you're looking to make a better life and make things better, everyone deserves a second chance.
And he kind of breathes a little sigh, and he says, my travels have brought me here, and hopefully it is a place in which I can stay and continue my god's work. You see, there was a rumor that there may have been a temple to my deity out this way, and from what I've learned is that it may have become corrupted over time, and Well, I myself am not I'm not a very formidable combatant. Those days have long since left me.
Satyr kind of smirks at that, but doesn't elaborate
Um,
or smiles.
it's fair. But if I were to cleanse the temple itself, then perhaps I would be in better graces with Phather.
What was the god?
Phather. I will put it here. And actually, I'll let you make another religion check with advantage, because you might actually know this one.
Ding.
Okay.
Ding. We get an 18.
So I will copy this. So, Phather is one of the oldest human gods that is still worshipped in the Crystal Prawn Sea region. The Crystal Prawn Sea is the sea south of the continent in which you guys are on. His particular religion predates the Age of Whispers, when farming communities and hunter-gatherers prayed to him for harvests and successful hunts and things of that nature. Phather likes to lead through good deeds rather than rhetoric. So, the more good deeds that you do, the more that you are rewarded, is basically how this religion suits itself. So when your neighbor is struggling, you extend a hand to your neighbor and you help them. And you offer aid when able. That is kind of like the core tenets of their faith.
Oh, well, that sounds excellent. I'm familiar with the teachings of Phather, and I definitely feel we could stand to have their blessings in this area.
And
there's plenty of farming and hunting and other such that we can set up here, and I think good deeds are going to be what shapes this region.
Well, what one should truly hope. Phather's guidance and teachings would do well for some. And he kind of looks a little sheepish. Go ahead and make an insight check, Satyr. 11.
And 11.
You can tell he's a little uncomfortable for some reason, but not you're not sure what the reason for his uncomfortableness is. But he tells you, he's like, this temple to Phather, if one could cleanse it of the evil that is been rumored to be there, and he takes a sigh, and says, I truly wish that it would bring some inner peace to me. And it would do well to bring peace to this region as well. Once we can establish and clean up the temple, I could certainly get to work. However, if there is something there, I wouldn't be able to handle it on my own.
Of course. Excuse me, just one moment, if you will. And Satyr hurries over to his desk and kind of shuffles through and grabs his map of the region.
Okay.
And brings it back over to him. Do you know by chance where this temple is? Where we could find this temple?
So, I will.
That's when Satyr's kind of obviously taken a kind of personal interest in this. This is touching into things that fascinate him a lot. So
right, exactly. So where he indicates it, he says, it should be, and he glances at the map, and he says it should be south of the river here, perhaps. Somewhere close to the water. As Phather is a deity of nature and abundance, being close to a body of water would be most ideal.
That would make sense. And we have ventured out in that area, so we have managed to acquire a few allies who are very familiar with the area. Definitely is something we could speak with them, and I'm sure they would know the location of an old temple, and maybe even give us some insight as to what kind of things have taken up residence in it.
Anything that you would be able to do would be greatly appreciated, for sure.
Absolutely. He thinks back on like Bitey and Gambit, who are living out in the fairy glade out there. Well, that's certainly something we can check in on, and it would be nice to have not only faith, but one as wholesome as Phather can provide. I'm sure I would have no difficulties talking my companions into it, and he kind of looks around to see if he can see them yet.
So at this point, Bramble and Snorri, you've finished your baths, you've finished your clothing ritual, whatever you might have, whether it's socks on first or shirt on first, however you guys tend to do that. But you hear that Satyr is downstairs actually speaking to the strangers that have made their way into the trading post. So what did the two of you do while
diplomat now?
Yeah, what did the two of you do while he's speaking to them?
Actually, I think Bramble would make his way back down once he's cleaned himself up and managed to get by with a dirty towel. He'll approach Satyr to start off with, to start checking in, maybe approaching the planning table.
Excellent. Bramble, perfect timing. This is Nestor Hawke. He is a priest of Phather who seeks to set up in this region.
Oh, a man of the cloth.
One of many cloths that exist, but as your friend here, who I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's Woodham.
Woodham, yes.
Because trying to remember.
Yes, of course, Woodham.
As soon as he says it, he kind of like starts realizing he is given the wrong name, but at this point it just like smiles anyways, like, "Yep, that's what it was."
But as your companion Woodham here has mentioned, I serve Phather, and he teaches that that nature and its bounty are for all to share, and I found my way out this way in hopes of restoring the temple that had been rumored to be out in the marches.
And lucky for us, it's very near where Bitey and Gambit are.
Oh yes, I see you marked it here on the map. Lucky for him, it's where my good friend Bitey is. So what? A temple? Was it?
Yes, a temple, and sadly, it's been overrun by something nefarious. And unfortunately, I am not a combatant myself. Otherwise, I would attempt to cleanse the temple myself. But unfortunately, my magics only work so well.
Well, if we're going to be in the neighborhood, I'm sure my dear friend Woodham here would be happy to try and hug it. Whatever it is.
He would hug it.
Golf.
He would hug it. You say?
Mm.
It was one spider, okay? And you guys didn't have to kill it. He just kind of turns around and storms off to his workstation.
Story's gonna be walking towards you as you storm away and try to catch him and be like, "Oh, hey, Satyr, you're gonna love this. I found the glue that sticks to stuff forever."
This is all your fault. And he just goes to his station.
I feel like Snorri's trying to hold up the glue to be like, "Look at this cool thing I found." It's like,
Yeah.
no time. All right.
He's so it was funny, and it started to not be funny again, but now it's getting a little funny again. He says to Nestor, as if he knows what's going on.
And Nestor is just confused. He goes, I see. If you are able to assist me in any way in cleansing the temple, then surely I can offer you I could offer you me. And he says, in a sense, once the temple itself is restored, my connection to Phather would be far greater, and any healing that you might need, or any services that a priest can offer one, whether it's blessings or boons or the like, I would be more than willing to do that to you, gratis, of course, for no cost to you. But unfortunately, I need the connection to my deity once more.
Okay, I see. You had me lost on the whole, and he makes a motion upward in a sort of like waving his hand, like whatever kind of way. But the healing would be nice. I've been out there, and it is quite dangerous. We could definitely use that, but we'll take a look and see what we can do.
Again, it would be much appreciated. As your friend said, I am Nestor. Your name again?
Bramble Stringweaver of the Stringweavers.
Stringweavers. He's going to make a check.
Show my signet ring.
Do you show him your signet ring?
Yeah.
I need you to make an insight check for me, Bramble.
Okie dokie. Let me find my character sheet. Insight. 5.
Okay. Nestor doesn't respond to the side of the signet ring.
No respect. Well, as I said, Nestor, we'll take a look and see what we can find in the temple. I won't make any guarantees, but we'll take a look.
Yes, if you could find a way to cleanse it, then my connection to my deity would be far stronger, and I can assist all of you in any way that you might need.
Thank you. Bramble try to go back to Satyr to try and squeeze a little more information out of him.
Okay. At this point, Woodbury or Woodham or Woodson or whatever name he's Woodrow, whatever name he's chosen for himself. You've made it to your own personal quarters, and you just kind of like nestled yourself away in there. Snorri, what are you up to?
I mean, Snorri's kind of just awkwardly shifting from foot to foot after Satyr not wanting to see the glue. I suppose now he's kind of already annoyed Bramble and doesn't really think he's going to get anything else out of him at this time.
Okay.
And he doesn't really care about Colpain or anything that's going on.
no, that's understandable.
Question. Do we still have soldiers present, or they have dispersed? That's right. They left.
The three guards that had accompanied Calvin are outside. They're getting like tents and stuff set up, but it looks like Calvin has stayed behind. It looks like he's talking to Angus and Theodosia.
What is Angus and Theodosia's last name? Do we have one for them?
McNamara.
McNamara. Okay, it was. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Like the outpost. Wait a minute.
Wow, that's so weird that they settled in a place with the same last name as them.
Right? What a chance of divine providence. Look at that. Coincidence of the century.
I would like to approach the gentleman speaking to Angus.
Okay.
Rather briskly.
Okay.
Were those your men?
And he turns slightly sharply and looks kind of like down at you, Bramble. Yes, they were.
I imagine you're here for the charter.
I am.
Excellent.
I spoke to your leader. Well, no, he said that it's more like a council. So I assume you're one of the councilmen?
Sure. A Bramble Stringweaver. Signet flash.
Calvin Dost. And he kind of gives a nod. I need you to make another insight check.
Insight check. 14.
You notice that as he casts his eyes down to your signet ring, he kind of gives a nod. His posture doesn't relax at all, but you notice that he does recognize your signet ring. He goes,
Excellent.
Stringweaver. Indeed. I'm familiar with your family and their work.
Excellent.
You can make a history check if you like.
Yeah. Let me make a history check. Pew. 23.
23? That's pretty good. When he mentions the name Calvin Dost, like what Satyr had gotten before, you know that his father, Tovin Dost, basically disowned Calvin because he had an affair with a lowborn woman, and now he's been kind of ousted and has joined a mercenary company and is now out here in the Plundered March to kind of set things right.
I see. Well, it looks like I'm not the only one who's been sent out here by family to be punished. Being quite frank.
And he kind of goes tight-lipped and he says, "Excuse me, Angus." And he places a hand on your shoulder, Bramble, and he slowly guides you. You can make an opposed strength check if you'd like. The DC is 20.
I probably won't make that. I'll let him direct.
Okay. He guides you away from his conversation with Angus. And he says, "It's less of a punishment for me My father disowned me, and I don't have any claim to his property or his lands any longer.
Oh, used to be the heir, now the nothing. I understand. All the same. Look, I'll be frank. We need muscle. I don't know if you've noticed my friends or not, but we're not exactly the punching type, any of us.
Well, from my understanding, you've done miraculously well, but some might attribute that to dumb luck. And as most of us know, at least some of us who have gambled once or twice, luck runs out. And he kind of like rubs his thumb underneath of his eye where the scar is, and his eye's like still swollen. He kind of rubs his thumb under there to kind of draw attention to it, as if that is a stroke of bad luck for him. He tells you that while it is noticeable that your group lacks a considerable amount of, for lack of a better word, manpower, that he understands that a good sword and a skilled hand with it would do well out here.
I agree, yes, we've had some absolutely dumb luck. We would have lost the goat to a giant spider if we didn't stop listening to him for a moment to blow the damn thing up. Being my associate, the Satyr, he's a little bit more on the doesn't want to hurt a fly side, and well, that's good for some things. It's not the solution for everything.
I find that when it comes to the wilderness, and this is speaking as a soldier, if I can be frank, I find that people can be reasoned with. Beasts, not so much. One might not be able to extend the same gratitude and courtesy as they could to a person, as they could to a wild animal.
I am so very glad to finally be in sane company. I'm glad we understand each other here. We have accepted multiple requests now to rid places of things as one is to do out here on the frontier. Is it possible you can lend us at least one of your hands?
Well, as I've told Woodson,
Woodson?
yes, your other councilman.
Ah. Oh yes, good old Woody.
Woody.
Yes, that's what we call him, Woody. It's one of those pet names you take on the road, you know. You should call him that.
Well, if that is upon your suggestion, then I can do that. But as I mentioned to Woody, my men and myself are at your disposal. So anything that you require a sword for, we can provide.
Excellent. Excellent. That is going to make things so much easier. I'm glad we had this little chat. But if you'll excuse me, I am starved and tired.
Very good. And he just nods his head, and he turns to go talk to Angus again, unless you need him for anything else.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Okay. So unless there's anything pertinent that you guys need to do, Snorri, do you need to talk to anybody? Like, do you need to talk to Satyr, or do you need to talk to anyone within the fort, or does Satyr need to talk to anyone else in the fort?
I mean, if they don't want to hear about the glue, I don't have much to say to them.
Poor Snorri and his glue.
I'm sure Gary is loving hearing about the glue.
Gary's still floating in the basin.
Oh.
No one's retrieved him.
Oh, that's hilarious. Grab him in the morning.
I suppose I could ask the McNamara's if they need anything, anything that's broken that they need to be stuck back together for all eternity.
So you hear Angus kind of like, well, there's plenty of things that are broken, but I don't like, he goes, how much of that glued? And he looks at the tube and he says, you didn't sniff it, did you?
What? Why?
No reason. And he kind of he looks confused for a second, and he realizes that, like, do you show him the tube? Do you show it to him, or?
Yeah.
He looks at the tube and realizes that there's a lot of it missing. And upon his general interactions with you, I want you to make an insight check, Snorri.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't seem like he has anything that needs fixed. Not with the glue, anyway.
Okay.
And Angus says, well, actually, if I might twist your ear for something, and he realizes that you don't have, like, ears, you have, like, little, like, ear holes. He says, figure of speech. Mind if I ask you something? Kind of a favor.
Yeah.
He says, a while back, my sister, her husband was, kind of whisked away to war, and, he didn't really come home, so to speak. Not in the manner in which, most people leave for war. That being said, all she had left of him was their wedding ring. And unfortunately, during one of the bandit incursions, before y'all had shown up, we kind of had to give that over for, in return for them leaving us alone for a little bit. I know it's kind of trivial, but if you could bring that, if you could find it, even, you're able to bring back a ring, I'd be able to see about giving you guys some credit here at the trading post, and see about getting some special items in for all of you. If that's something that you'd be interested in, don't feel pressured to have to do it. But I just know that if she could have that back, it'd give her a lot more closure.
Could you tell me the name again?
Say again?
Could you tell me her name again?
Theodosia.
Her husband's ring we're looking for. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Theodosia's my sister. You knew that, right? And he kind of tilts his head like.
As Snorri's eyes are gonna dart down to the glue and then back to him. Yes.
And Angus's eyes dart down to the glue and then back up to you. But
I'll go find the ring.
Oh, you'll find it. I mean, it's. In fairness, it's probably lost. They probably put it in a bag, and it's among some pile of banditry loot somewheres. But if you could find it,
I'll show him the sigil for Lady Saber I found. I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty good at finding random old stuff in holes.
And he looks down at it and he nods and he's like, I see. Actually,
A little bug lands on your shoulder and says, "Ask for identifying details about the ring."
so where
Yet again, the bugs are drawn to me.
the
Could
bugs?
you tell me what the ring looks like?
So, he gives you a description of the ring. And upon doing so,
Photorealistic Jiminy Cricket coming down.
so let's see. He gives you a description of the ring. It's it's just a plain gold band is all that it is.
Okay.
But on the inside, he says there's an inscription, Theodosia, my beloved.
I have so much brain rot. You just made me think of the dumb Locket meme. The Black Bible.
But yeah, that's what he describes to you. Do you have other questions for him?
I'll look down at the cricket only I can see and be like, I don't think so.
Farewell, and it fades into existence.
Nope, I'm pretty good unless you need some glue. I'm pretty good.
No, can't say I need any glue, but I do appreciate what you and your companions, your friends are doing for this place out here. I'm much appreciated.
That's very nice. I don't think they've ever called me their friend, but that's very nice.
And he just kind of he nods. He nods and he kind of gives a sigh. Well, if there's nothing else you need, I'll let you all get back to it. With more mouths to feed, I gotta stay on top of things. And he starts to return to the cook pot and makes a nice dinner for everyone, with vegetarian option should they need it. And you guys have yourselves a dinner. You sit amongst Theodosia and Angus and Nestor. The soldiers remain upon the outside of the trading post itself. And unless you need anything else, we can progress to the morning.
I would say just throughout the day, or throughout the rest of the night, Satyr's been very focused. He's got a big book and a quill that he's just been writing a bunch of things in and seemed very distracted during for the rest of the evening.
Okay.
But that's all I have for the moment. I have things to address in the morning.
Okay, gotcha. Snorri, Bramble, anything?
I've got
Bramble.
my ring task and my glue. I don't have anything else.
Bramble just retires to bed after dinner to sleep for as long as he possibly can before being forced awake again by adventuring.
Okay. All right. Well, you enjoy another peaceful night within the safe confines of the trading post walls. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
A wisdom saving throw.
You smelled too much of the glue, fellas. I'm sorry.
17.
Where is
2.
that on these?
It's in the
Where is
top
that on
with
this
abilities.
sheet?
It's at the top with abilities.
Oh,
So you're right next to
okay.
wisdom. You have the modifier and then the saving throw right next to it. You can click.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
All right, 21.
So Bramble.
I've been microdosing glue too long.
You're wide
You-
awake, just wired.
Yeah, you're just buzzed. So Satyr and Snorri, the two of you are fine. Bramble.
Yay.
In the middle of the night, you are stricken with a nightmare. You see yourself running through a hedge of trees towards what appear to be tarnished and warped golden floors, kind of like embedded into stone. You reached another area of a slightly flooded stone exterior. You see this ziggurat of stone kind of breaching just above the canopy of the trees. And as you're doing so, you see this this betentacled, shadowed creature start thrashing and making its way towards you, crawling at unnatural speeds, in which it is in hot pursuit of you. As you do so, you're continuing to flee, and right as you're about to scale these stone steps that seem to get longer and harder to ascend with each passing moment, but with your strong Herringon legs, you're able to like leap up, but you're finding yourself more and more exerted. And during your final leap, when you're almost to safety, something snatches you by the leg and it yanks you down. And as it yanks you down, you wake up and you fall out of bed.
Oh, God fucking damn it, Gary. I look around the room. Notice I'm alone.
Yep.
Notice I'm on the floor. And he just kind of climbs back into bed and lays awake, thinking about how kind of shaking it was. Especially knocked out of bed.
Yeah, so this is just a this is just an aesthetics question.
Yes.
Bramble, when he sleeps, does he I hate to say, like, I imagine like the Ebenezer Scrooge, like the nightcap, the gown, and slippers, like but feel free to tell me what his night clothes consist of, like.
uh, you know, it would be something probably a little more of the silken, softened variety. Rich people pajamas, probably of whatever the more current style would have been at the time of being sent out to the island.
Okay. But slippers at all, or
No.
no?
He doesn't wear shoes.
Okay. Your your pajama pant leg closest to like your calf is ripped.
Oh no.
But you realize that it's ripped in the area where this creature in your dream had grabbed you.
That's not. I'd like to make some sort of knowledge roll. See if I may be able to get any kind of clue what such a thing would have been, even if it's something my mind made up.
Yeah, I would allow an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana 8.
You're not familiar. In your dream, it was far too much of like a shadowy creature for you to discern what it could have been. It could have been any number of things. With an 8, you're like, well, it could have been this, and you're like, no, it didn't seem like it was that big, or it could have been that, and you're like, no, that doesn't seem quite right. And one of them, you're like, aha, it was probably this, and you're like, no, those live in the water. And like as your brain is kind of like going through a Rolodex of coulds and could not be's, it just eventually stumps you.
Okay. How do I phrase this? It's quite concerning, especially with physical evidence. And I want to say that Bramble, even though he has no idea what it is still scared that, great, now there's something in the dreams that can hurt us. I love the wild.
Indeed. But Bramble, do you think that you would be able to go back to sleep after that?
I don't think so. Or at least he would be sitting up a while before he passes out of exhaustion. But given that he turned in early, that may or may not happen.
So I'm not gonna penalize you with an actual point of exhaustion, but you do wake up tired. Like,
Righto.
You've gotten enough sleep to warrant, a long rest for yourself, but you wake up, you've got bags under your eyes. You'll need like a little extra pick me up in the morning, but other than that, you'll be okay. But
at least I didn't wake up dead.
That's true. That could have happened. Maybe. We don't know. But you all awaken in the morning, and you're able to reconvene as you smell breakfast down below. There's everything from salted meats to a couple of like breakfast salads that Theodosia's kind of like thrown together, and fresh produce like apples, oranges, things like that. Kind of just sitting in bowls. And when you get down there, you see that several of the soldiers, all of the soldiers that accompanied Calvin are sitting at the table at one end, and Nestor is at the other end, and then Angus and Theodosia are kind of like bringing out trays and drinks and stuff, and they're like, there's tea and juice if you need it. And they pass it all out to you guys as you go. So you guys can commence with whatever plan that you have, whatever that may be.
I'd say as soon as Satyr gets there, he kind of tries to offer Theodosia and Angus like help, see if there's anything that he can bring out to try to get them sitting down at the table as well. He generally has some plans that he has been working on through the night that he wants to talk to Snorri and Bramble about first before bringing to everyone else to kind of see what their thoughts on what he has
Okay.
kind of put together a game plan for.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, you're able to like sit in an area where no one else is gonna like eavesdrop on your conversation if you need to talk to them, or if you need to like step away. Everyone's going to give you your privacy there. Angus and Theodosia tell you that they've got things handled. You don't need to worry about it. Do what you need to do because you guys are tasked with something beyond what they need to do. They have to run the trading post. You guys have to do charter stuff.
Well, fantastic that they think that, because that's a big part of my plan. So, if Snorri and Bramble, do you have any protests to us having a little aside during breakfast?
I'll take a breakfast meeting. Yes.
Okay. So as
Yeah,
Satyr's
no problem. And he just puts the thing of glue on the table and kind of nudges it forward.
Oh yeah, thank you. Bramble takes the tube, opens it, and takes a whiff.
Okay, I need you to make a con save for me, Bramble.
Oh God.
You think? Nope, you're awake. Oh boy, are you awake?
has no idea what's going on. He's like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Closes it and puts it back on the table and slides it back across to Snorri. Do you know this place has dream monsters?
That dream monsters?
Dream monsters.
He
Meanwhile,
slides the glue
Satyr's
back a little bit.
All right, I think that's enough glue for breakfast.
Satyr's like placing down like books and like scrolls and stuff that he has like on the table as he's like eating an apple with them. He's like, what? Is that something we need to worry about? Dream monsters?
Well, something slashed my pant leg last night, and I don't know what it was, but it was in my dream, so I'm assuming it's dream monsters in this hellscape of no civilization.
Right. Well, focusing on the things that we do have physically present and we know our issues, I have been compiling a list of all of the problems that we are currently facing and everyone that we currently have available. And I think I've established a pretty good plan for now. So as you all know, we've got the new soldiers that have come in, and we do also have those highwaymen that have decided to help out with McNamara's here. We've got multiple different directions that we need to go, but I think one of the important things that we need to have here in McNamara's is a little bit more established. I did go ahead and start making a census of everyone that we have in town, but I think it would be a really good idea for us to try to, if we can, ask Angus and Theodosia if they could try to keep up with a visitor's log, logging people who are coming and going and what it is that they're doing. If they're bringing things into town, it would be nice for us to be able to keep track of that, as well as inventories of our basic supplies around here. These are things that I just think I'm worried aren't being kept up very well. He kind of looks around, especially now that there's more people coming into it. This is going to be something that we're really going to have to keep an eye on. So if you all are in favor of me asking a little more of the McNamara's, I would like to try to give them a little bureaucracy to work with. Does that sound fair?
It is so early in the morning and I am so high on God glue, sure. Snorri?
I have been given a secondary task of where to look for a ring, but I have no objection to this plan.
A ring? Okay. He pops open his book and grabs a quill and starts jotting things down. Who asked for this?
Angus.
Okay, and then he just, for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna say he gets caught up with what's been asked for the ring. It's like, all right, well, that's definitely something we can have added to the list. In fact, I think works pretty well into my plan of attack here. I've been thinking we've got those soldiers now that are willing to go off and check some things out. As well, that priest has asked us to go check out the temple and see what's in it. However, I know we need to get going and checking in on Lady Saber at some point here. So, being we have multiple goals that kind of coincide here, I was thinking maybe we could try to put together a party between the soldiers and the highwaymen that have asked to help McNamara's and see if they could go down to the temple and scout out what's in there. I wrote up a letter for them to give to Gambit, and hopefully Gambit would listen. I mean, they seem like they're reasonable enough, and we've made a good connection with them. I'm hoping that Gambit might be able to lead them through the forest and kind of let us get an overview of what we might be facing when we get to the temple. Also, I was thinking maybe we could try to establish have them start to establish or scout out a location to make a docking area down by the river. It might make it easier for our longer distance travel in this area if we have some boat access. And if they've got the muscle to spare for it, might as well utilize them, right?
Yeah, well, we do have the spare muscle. I did ask Dost to give me one of his men. Remember, we did have the gremlins ask us to take care of their little intruder problem in their caves.
We do, but I feel like some of these other issues are going to be ones that we will need to address sooner rather than later. We have multiple requests for us to get over to Lady Saber. So that's something I feel we should probably try to start getting some of our attention into. We really don't even know what kind of numbers these bandits have out there. If we could maybe get one of the highwaymen that are willing to help us out to lead us over to Lady Saber's gang, while the others and some of the soldiers go and start dealing with the issues that we have on the forest, that can make it a lot easier. We'll have water access then to be able to travel directly to the gremlins' homelands, which is pretty close to the river according to the maps. We could mount a much bigger amount of people without having to travel across the entire lands. We could just take the river down if we could establish some kind of dock down there.
You do have a good
I mean, we do
point.
have the boat. We've kind of just been not using it.
We do, but we don't have a way to get out there. But now that we have these extra hands, I think that could be great. Have them bring the boat, have them stop in with Gambit, have Gambit lead them to the river, where we can establish a place to get a dock. They can then travel across the river and scout out. We're not going to ask them to take on the temple yet, but just to see what it is that we're going to be clearing out. Meanwhile, we can go up and get some eyes on Lady Saber's gang, find out what it is there, as well as look into some of the issues that we have up there. We have a request to get this ring now from the bandits. We have a gentleman up there that we need to try to find. I guess gentleman might not be the right word, but of Mox Vander, who is an old friend of Calvin. Well, I guess friend also may not be the right word either, but Calvin has asked us to find that, so it's bringing us to be multiple reasons to go scout out the bandit camp ourselves while we have these other people deal with the things a little closer to home.
Ah, well, you do make an excellent point. You're right. If we're going to establish any kind of infrastructure in this area, we will need better water access. I'll go ahead and send his men that way, I suppose.
Nora,
Okay.
are you okay there?
Yeah, no complaint.
Excellent. Well, if you all are alright with this plan, then I think I'd like to try to run it by everyone else and see if we can get this place running just a little smoother.
Go for it, champ. Go for it.
Champ. Go for it, champ.
Excellent. He's just like clearly very pleased with himself at all of this. Like, has just documents lining up everything. Like, he's like, I've already drawn up a secondary map for the soldiers to find their way around. Let's go. I'm so excited to tell everyone else these plans.
So, Satyr, you go to set this into motion. So, what is we'll go task by task. Let's go task by task. What is the task that is at the top of your list, and who are you going to send to do that task? I will say for the sake of brevity, the one bandit leader, Haps, of the one group, he is there at the trading post to kind of like commune with you guys. Like, he arrived that morning to kind of relay this information to his people. This way it makes it a little bit easier for you in the overall planning stage. So,
well, isn't that heckin' convenient?
Isn't it though? It's as if sniffing god glue can give one the ability to summon people to your side.
Dang, maybe we need to keep that god glue with us.
I saw a little cricket that asked me about the ring when I did it.
Are you sure you got enough sleep, Snorri?
Got plenty of sleep, plenty of glue.
Right. All right. So the first thing that Satyr wants to do is, being he feels like that's going to be the easiest thing to kind of get out of the way and stuff that is good to establish as quickly as possible. I'd like to say he gives a spare book to where I guess just pulls Theodosius and Angus aside and kind of explains what his plans are for them if they could try to like keep up with a visitor's log, to try to just make note of everyone who comes and goes, or if they could try to get their name, what their business is here, and if they're like bringing anything to try to trade, so we can start getting physical records of what goods are coming and going from town.
Okay.
Let's see as well. Okay, so yeah, that's the inventory and the visitor's log is what he's asking from the actual McNamara's.
Okay.
Then he would try to approach, I guess first he'd approach Haps and see if they would be willing to send some men on an expedition with some of the soldiers into the forest.
Okay. To do what specifically?
Okay, so I would like him to send a few men with some of the soldiers into the forest, to kind of just go through, establish a route basically through from the forest to the river, where we can have like a dock set up where we can actually get boats and have ways of being able to travel on the river.
Okay.
So we're not having to walk quite as much. When they have a place there, if they can get a smaller group from that group that's setting up the dock to go across the river and just scout out the temple that's down there and find out what it is that's setting up in this temple that we need to address. Do we only need to send a couple people? Do we need to send a full group of armed men? Like, what it is we're dealing with. And I just figured to send a few of the bandits just so they have a little backup. Satyr has written up a note, like a letter for Gambit, hoping Gambit will accept it to help kind of like guide their group through the forest and establish like where would you mind us setting up a road through your forest here?
Okay.
Like, so that to kind of be a liaison between the forest people and our new establishing group.
So the question I have for you, you want to send Haps with his bandits and Calvin and his soldiers, at least in some capacity. Who is,
I would say,
who is running this group? Because someone has to be in charge. Like,
I would say
either Calvin or Haps has to be in charge of them, because otherwise they're not going to listen to anybody.
I would ask for Calvin to be in charge of this mission and to see if we could get Haps to take us to scout out Lady Saber.
Okay. So, I'll correct this in my notes. So, Calvin is going to take the bandits.
His soldiers and if any bandits are willing to,
Okay.
like, hey, you guys are trying to make a better life for yourselves. Here is the establishing militia we have. This is your chance to join this militia.
Okay.
You know?
Like you
Like,
could basically
there's
get
kind
in
of
on
like
the
a
ground
trial
floor
run
of
with
this
them.
militia. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. And then Haps is going to be the one to escort. Continue.
The party, our party, to the bandit encampment, so we can start kind of trying to look out, see if we can accomplish any of these other side missions we have. In
Okay.
addition to generally get more information on Lady Saber, how easy it's going to be if we do need to kill her, if there's going to be some way that we can undermine her power, what it is, whatever we have to do, we're going to figure out when we get to the bandit camp. Is Satyr's thoughts.
Okay.
Because then once Calvin and the soldiers are able to like have the dock and stuff established, we'll be able to travel much easier down to the Gremlin reservation, potentially with extra men and extra soldiers to help clear that out or take care of whatever it is for the Gremlins. Stepping stones to take care of all problems.
Right. Exactly. We'll position that thusly so we can see it.
In fact, I might even give them notes. Just keep an eye out for serpopods as well.
All right. So you want Calvin and the group to keep an eye out for serpopods too.
Might as well. I doubt they'll see any, but just keep an eye out. Your main objective is establishing the dock. Secondary objective will then be scouting out the temple. Third objective is if you happen to just if you see a serpopod, report back to us what you've seen about them.
Okay. Calvin has no problem with this. He looks to and we'll say that, you know, Haps brought a small contingent of men that are loyal to him and kind of the ones that you were able to like convince from before. Those ones have made their way up because, you know, they're noticing that there's more foot traffic here in the trading post. So because of that, they're kind of tied into, oh yes, we can do this, we can help with this, and we're willing to help with this.
Can I ask for numbers? Is that
Let's
something
see.
you have established at all?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to have, let's see.
I mean, with my census and all.
With your census, let's see. When it comes to bandits, he did mention that he'd bring word back to his other men, other than the ones that had approached the fort the first time.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay. There's a total of 9 men. There's a total of 9 men with him.
Okay, 9 and Haps, or Haps makes 9?
Haps makes 10. It's 9 men and Haps.
Okay, cool. 9 highwaymen. In that case, what I would ideally like to do would be send like 3 or 4 of the highwaymen down with Calvin and like 2 of the soldiers. Leave 1 soldier and if we can a highwayman behind at the fort to help with anything else anything that the Nemeras are going to need physically wise, or help with just defense or alerting out, like they've got the fireworks to shoot off messages if something is going wrong at the fort.
That's
They
true.
can
You
shoot
guys
it
do
off
have those
and-
fireworks. I forgot about this.
alert people back to the fort to help defend.
Okay.
And it's not like favoring one group or the other. I'm trying to get them to start intermingling with each other more.
Gotcha. So it's not like, hey, we are separate groups. No, we are one whole group.
Yes, exactly. So I guess Calvin and the 2 soldiers and then like 3 highwaymen go into the fairy glade to try to get Gambit to lead them through, and we have Haps and whoever else of the bandits travel back, but at least one of the bandits, one of the highwaymen, staying and acting as guard with the other soldier.
Okay.
In McNamara.
Okay.
Complicated plan, but Satyr wants things covered.
No, I mean that's completely understandable. So, we're going to call. What do we want to call the group with the 3 highwaymen, Calvin, and the 2 soldiers? What just Calvin's crew, or
we'll call them the dock party, I guess.
The dock party, okay.
Or harbor party, or something like that.
We're
trying to establish a dock.
Harbor party sounds better than dock party. Dock party seems
harbor party. Yeah.
So
Yakko, Wacko, and Doc.
Good night, everybody. So the harbor party is Calvin with 3 highwaymen and 2 of his soldiers.
2 of his soldiers.
Okay. So it's kind of an even mix of like, okay, if these guys try anything, their numbers are pretty even, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
And then
I'm trying to give everyone support, everyone comfort in their own groups.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And then what are we calling the group with the soldier and the bandit at the fort? Just the guard, the standing guard, or?
Yeah. I don't know, the post guards or something.
Okay, post guards. That's fair. It doesn't have to be like complicated. I'm not like, oh, they need to be the the flying falcons, the silver monkeys, or whatever from Legends of the Hidden Temple. Just not like. Okay, and then that leaves Haps to go with you guys,
and the other bandits to, I guess, come back with us also if others are willing to stay and guard. I am comfortable with them. I don't want to leave too many of them to make the people at McNamara feel like I am letting them be overrun by bandits. But
no, that's fair. So that would mean that you guys would be going with 5 bandits. It would be Haps and 5 bandits with you guys, if that's what you're doing, or are you having Haps do something separate? Because I know that it says escort party to bandit encampment. So, is that what you wish to do, or do you want to split the bandits up more and have them do other things?
I open to the group. Do you guys have things that you would like for the bandits, or I'd even like maybe ask Angus if are there other things around here that you are going to need work? Otherwise, maybe just have the other bandits start working on making a pathway through the forest.
I mean, you can put them on infrastructure if you want. Go ahead. Go ahead, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Angus might need some help around here. It's just him and Theodosia. The more hands they have, the nicer this place becomes.
I mean, yesterday he did give me my own task when I asked if he needed help.
Okay, so I will ask Haps then. Is Haps comfortable taking us alone? Like if Haps comes with just us and leaves all of his men behind, or does he want to bring any of his men back with? Like how many of his men is he willing to leave behind here?
Well, he says based on numbers and based upon what appears to be a very tenuous agreement between the different groups. Nestor is also back here at the trading post.
True.
So it's not like it's not just Theodosia and Angus, and Nestor is able to provide like minor services, like he's able to help cook, help clean, things like that. He's just not
help with the inventory.
Yeah,
like if he could help Theodosia keep track of the inventory and guest book, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, he can do that. That seems easy enough for him. And Hap says I can bring all five of my remaining men if you want, or you can put them to work doing other things. Basically, any of these NPCs that you've encountered right now that are at the trading post are at your disposal, because you guys are kind of calling the shots here.
Okay. Well, then, if I would say Haps comes with just us. So the 4 of us are going to go checking out the bandits.
Okay.
It's us 3 and Haps. If he could leave an additional bandit then at the trading post just for manual labor's sake.
Okay.
Anything that Angus could use assistance with. And then if we can get the other 4 bandits, they're going to kind of be like the halfway point between the post guards and the harbor crew. They're going to kind of start working on actually making the pathway so that we will be able to get boats and carts and things easier through the forest to the river.
Okay, so they're just going to be DOT. They're going to be Department of Transportation.
Exactly. They're going to be starting to make the roads in places that Gambit says, okay, you can cut a road through here.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, so
And I give them very specific instructions. Do not hurt the red cap. Don't hurt the forest inhabitants unless they are actively attacking you first. You are not to attack anything first. Try diplomacy when you can.
Okay. And given your previous interactions with Gambit and Bitey, as long as you've given your workers your some manner of identification, they will leave them alone.
Okay, perfect. Then, I mean, is that something I would know, or is that something I would need to have them find out by sending?
No, you would know. You would know. I'm not gonna be like,
Okay.
How about you go out in this dangerous wilderness and not get destroyed by Fae?
All right, in that case, then I'm there's probably some kind of cloth or something around that we can make some kind of like bandana armband situation, just something that's like that we can mark. These are our people.
Okay, that'll work. You don't get any pushback because again, the group that you would expect pushback from, namely the bandits and the highwaymen, they're wanting a better life out here anyway. And unfortunately, this group of 10 is the most you're going to get at this moment without making significant change to their the bandit hierarchy that exists out here in the marches. So, that being said, these guys, they want to improve stuff, so they're willing to work. And if they have to work alongside one another, they know that this is their best bet for a life that is not going to
Perfect.
drag them down. So they will work as you instruct them to at Haps's request. So starting off, Theodosia, Angus, and Nestor, they get to work on a visitor log. And Theodosia and Angus, they put Nestor to work as being like a liaison. So they have him like at the gate when people are to come in. He takes down their name, gets an inventory. Angus willing to help where needed, but Angus is used to like, hey, I need to make sure that these walls stay sound and whatnot. But they all work together. All 3 of them are going to work together and do that. And I'll make a separate check for all of that too. With Calvin and the bandits, first thing you have them doing is they go into the forest to kind of establish a dock. Initially, they're going to go out with the DOT crew, the Department of Transportation.
Yeah.
They're going to go out with them and kind of map out like natural ways in which a road could go through. And upon reaching the forest, they'll take the precautions necessary.
Yep. And they can like set up a base camp at the edge of the forest or whatever they need.
Yeah, which they're probably going to have to do. They're probably going to have to do that for now. Because otherwise it's a lot of back and forth between the trading post and the forest and back and forth. So they're going to start like, they're going to set up their base camp first, start bringing stuff out to the base camp. And then as they do so, they're going to send a handful of the men back to the trading post to keep materials in their inventory so they can keep working.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I'll ask Calvin to try to be the one to make personal contact with Gambit. With my letter explaining what we're doing.
Okay. And then with Haps, he says he is going to escort you guys to one of the encampments. Again, he told you before he doesn't know where Lady Saber's primary encampment is because they're only like a splinter group, but hopefully by making contact with another bandit group that they could likely maybe turn them to you guys' side.
Yeah. If he can just lead us to the next size up of bandit encampment.
Okay.
At least.
Now I do have note here that you guys were wanting to, and this is again from the end of last session, that you guys were gonna go to like try to find Katana Phil and then maybe go down towards the cache or
I'm not saying I forgot about Katana Phil. But I might have forgotten about
Did you
Katana
forget
Phil.
about Katana Phil? Did you forget?
Man, I thought my plan was so thorough.
I feel like I think Satyr's got his hands on his hips like, I think I'm forgetting something.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to visit our neighbor before we start looking for the next bandit camp. We'll take him with us. Not Katana Phil. Just a quick swing around.
The bandit encampments we had said were more towards the north. Is that correct?
No, the bandit encampments are towards the south. So
there they are towards the south.
Yeah, so a lot of the places where, like, when you ask Haps, like, where he thinks the one encampment is, he's like, well, it's in the woods towards the south, probably closest towards the river. Because they wouldn't shack up somewhere where they couldn't get access to water. It doesn't make sense that they wouldn't. But as far as, the next camp up, he's like, that's roughly where they would be. So probably forest wise closest to the river.
Okay, so then what if we have us as the party take the roundabout way then? Because I'll admit I thought we were northwards. If we're going in that same general vicinity, maybe the Department of Transportation crew and the harbor crew are heading straight south. What is that? Southwest?
Yeah,
we're gonna head off.
You going this way? Then I'm pinging it on
okay, yeah. I forgot I can just draw on the map, can't I?
Yeah, you draw on the map. Draw on the map. Scribble.
That's true. Give me 1 second. All right, so we've got the Department of Transportation setting up their little camp right about here. So generally try to find a route that we can set up to establish a dock somewhere along the road.
Okay.
I would say maybe we have then our group, us and Haps, will come along this way. And then you said the island that's somewhere down in here is where the other bandits are?
More than likely. He Haps tells you that it is probably closer to the forest edge, or maybe just a little bit into the forest, but definitely closer to water. So he indicates that it's probably down around in here somewheres.
Okay. Then I mean, I think that could be okay. Us just kind of try to do a swinging loop, see if we can hit Katana Pete, hit the cache along the way, and then head over to where he's expecting it to be.
Okay.
Because we might need to reevaluate once we get to Katana Pete or the cache, so gives us time to head back if we need to. Oops, I didn't need to draw that.
Okay.
Sound good to everyone in the party? I don't want to be domineering here.
Oh, sorry,
I'm definitely not the plan guy, so I'm good with that.
Satyr loves a good plan.
What'd you say there, Bramble? I'm sorry.
I was hitting the god glue again. Sure.
And
absolutely zooted on the god glue.
My party is so useless. Thank God we have actual people here now.
Let's go see Katana Joe.
Well, when your favorite mug breaks, you'll be begging for Snorri and the god glue.
I loved that children's book.
So yeah, I think that's a plan.
Okay. So as you guys depart from McNamara's.
Did pull Gary out of the sink, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you pull Gary out of the sink?
Yes. Before we get halfway down the river and I say, "Where's Gary?" and God says, "Oh, he's still in the sink."
Well, he's been in the sink all night. Now, thankfully, you've put enough lacquer on him that he's like a boat. He's not going to retain that water.
Oh hell, we could have ridden Gary down the river.
Well, he's very small. He's not like
I could.
I could have ridden him down the river. All right. So
All right.
as you
Go
guys
team.
depart from McNamara's with Haps in tow,
Ooh.
there is there's a slightly secluded portion of the wilderness, thickets of trees that form a natural barrier around most things, and you see a faint puff of smoke rising above the tree line. In the distance, as you continue down what appear to be natural walkways that have been worn over time, you spy a small abode that is adorned with ivy and moss and other such things that are kind of set out to dry, as if nature itself is trying to reclaim the wood that has been used in the construction of this building.
Cozy.
So what do I'm going to say, what do the three of you do? But mind you have Gary and Haps with you also. So I'm asking the three players, what do the three of you do?
How dangerous do we think Katana Phil is?
I go knock on the door.
Oh, we can do that too. Snorri, stand back.
So,
Hello?
Satyr, are you knocking
Mr.
on the door, or
Katana?
are you and Bramble knocking on the door?
I'm letting Satyr knock on the door of a man named Katana Phil. I'll stand behind, or stand away, just in case.
Mr. Katana, we're here to see you.
What's that? Bitty.
Hi. We are a entourage from McNamara's. We were here to talk to you. We heard you've been having some issues.
Ain't got no issues, bitty.
I think
Oh.
you got some god glue in there.
Well, good. In that case, maybe we could at least introduce ourselves. We're gonna be establishing a little more of a presence up in this area, and we thought it might be good to know some of the locals. Oh God.
You see this man kind of scramble out. He's wearing various rags, and he's kind of walking with a stoop-shouldered gait, and his eyes kind of drift off in two separate directions quite often. You can tell he tries to focus on you, but then his eyes drift apart again. But the one thing that you do notice is that he is missing the ring finger on his right hand. And he says, "What's that? You got something for me? What you got?"
Well, Satyr
bitty.
kind of backs away and like holds up his hand, showing him that there's nothing in his hand. He doesn't have any weapons or anything. He's like, no. We were just here to introduce ourselves. We've established a bit of a settlement over at McNamara's, and we're going to be creating an even larger one out here, hopefully.
Oh,
We
settled
wanted
in,
to-
did you? Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to. It looks like you've been settled here for a while. I take it?
Yep. That's my home. That's my nest. Don't mess with my eggs.
Your eggs?
My eggs. Bitty.
What kind of eggs do you have?
Don't go asking about my eggs. And then he
Fair enough.
he starts to puff his chest out, but his stooped posture makes it impossible for him to like stand up straight, and he kind of like scrambles towards you and starts like bumping you with his chest, trying to push you off of his porch.
Well, then Satyr, of course, backs away, like so, a little cowardly. He's kind of intimidated by this old man. He's like, no, nothing like that. We heard that you were out here and that you had been complaining of a giant spider, and well, he kind of shuffles uncomfortably. That spider is not gonna be a problem anymore.
We blew it up.
You done blowed it up. And he scrambles past you, Satyr, and he heads straight towards you, Bramble, and he gives you a big old hug. This man stinks, though.
No, please. Bramble tries to cover his nose the best he can.
I got something for you, Beady. Got something. I got something. And he lets go of you, and he scrambles over towards a barrel on the side of his house. And you hear him rummaging around, and you can hear him like messing around with what's that appears to be glass.
Glass?
Yeah, you hear like glass like clinking together like bottles.
Oh, he's got liquor. He said. Bramble turns to Snorri.
Oh, wow.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
I mean, you've already had some glue this morning. Why not?
Well, we may need it for the trip. Given the state of him, I hope it's good.
What are you two mumbling about over there?
Inebriants.
Oh, well, why?
Well, that's what I'm assuming the old man has. He said, indicates towards Katana Phil.
And the guy scrambles back, and in his arms are 6 potions.
Oh, that works too.
And he quickly passes them over to you, Bramble.
Oh.
Like he starts like
Bramble.
piling them in your arms. He's like, this one's good for the boo-boos, and this one's good for the fire, and this one's also good for boo-boos. The big ones. Yeah, beady.
Bramble will do his best to hold the bottles, and he'll magically pull Gary towards him to try and give some lower support or try to take some of the bottles.
Oh, Gary takes whatever you hand him.
Ah, good.
Oh, you got yourself a walking tree.
Can we adopt this man?
He's like
new party member.
You say that, but then you're gonna have to have him and Snorri talking to you about stuff like this.
Oh God.
Yeah, you'll have to clean up after him.
We'll leave Snorri. It's fine.
We'll leave
Thank you, Phil, was it?
Yeah. Katana Phil. Whatcha? And he procures a katana out of nowhere.
Oh, jeez.
Oh gosh! Jumps back, kind of grabbing it for his shield.
And he's like, bitty bitty, gets him every time. And then he puts it away.
Where did he even have that?
Make an investigation check.
19.
19. Probably underneath all of those rags and clothes. But given his posture, there's no way that he has like an entire katana sheath underneath of his clothes. But he must.
Katana under his robes.
We respect the katana, Phil.
Men of the blade. And he kind of gives a very awkward bow, and he goes, beady beady.
I hate to ask this. Is there anything else you need, Mr. Phil?
Berries. I need berries.
Berries?
Yeah, yummy berries. I can make more of them. Good for the boo-boos. Good for the fire. Good for the sneezies and the wheezies.
He's an alchemist.
Oh, I see. That explains smell.
What? You smell something? You smell.
Do you not?
Stinky. Bitty bitty.
It's lavender.
Well, I'm sure we could use more of the potions later on, Phil. What kind of berry specific? Any in mind, or Satyr? Why don't you, Woody? Why aren't you taking this down?
Yeah, okay. He pulls out his book and just writes berries.
So,
Question mark.
So what he describes, I want you to make a nature check for me, Satyr.
5. I have a +4 in nature also, so that was a crit fail.
So what he describes are called tick berries. Like tick, like the parasite. They're tick berries. They are thorned, and they fill up with this red juice, and when they do, they look like a bloated tick. But he utilizes those in potions. He says, "Get me tick berries, I make you more of them." Bitty bitty. Tick-ah!
I'll turn to Haps and be like, do you know? Do your men know where any of these tick berries grow?
And Haps looks at it. He says, "Well, we've seen. We might have seen a few in the woods." And he looks to the old man. He's like, "Is there a better place that they grow all the time, or?" And he goes, "They grow anywhere you plant them. Ha! Tick tick wah!"
That sounds like a subtle hint. We should start a farm.
Like, grow anywhere? Do you have any seeds?
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for tick berries or tick berry seeds.
Phil runs up to you, Satyr, and he grabs you firmly by the scruff, and he pulls you down the face level. He says, "Don't bring them dirty. They gotta be clean.
Don't bring them dirty. Got it.
Clean berry. Bitty bitty. Tick tick."
Quick question,
Yes.
Mr. Phil.
Nah.
Do you have any problems with the gremlins?
Did you kill them? Did you eat them?
Did
No.
we?
God, no. No, they're our friends now.
Would you?
Don't see no gremlins. Tick.
We've met some gremlins. What do you know of them?
I seen him. Hit him with a stick. Got him with this. Ha-cha! And his katana's out again.
Oh God!
No.
Put it away. Put it away.
I
He does, in fact, not put it away this time.
there are no gremlins nearby, Phil. It's okay.
He sniffs the air. I smell him.
We have an agreement with the goblins. They shouldn't harm anyone now. I'm not sure what else we can get from this guy.
I think it's
Satyr
best.
kind of turns.
I think it's best we move on. You're right. I'm a little frightened. I am a little frightened.
Snorri, why don't you talk to them? You talk insane.
He does.
Yes, no one's really acknowledged I'm bilingual at this point, but yes, thank you.
Well,
Excuse me, Mr. Katana.
Yeah.
So these tick berries, you mentioned they grow anywhere. Could you be a bit more specific?
He says, yeah. You got a map?
We do. I
We do.
motion for Satyr to give me the map.
He pulls it out and hands over a quill.
And do you trust this man with your quill?
I have spares.
Okay.
But that was my favorite quill.
he looks at it and he taps the tip of the quill on his tongue and he's like, and then he starts chewing on it, and then as he starts chewing on it, he pulls it out of his mouth and then begins to scribble on a portion of the map, which I will move us back. He scribbles down yonder ways.
I missed where down yonder ways was.
Oh, he's still scribbling.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a lot of scribbling. In fact, Satyr will say that's a lot of scribbling. No, that's a lot of scribbling. No, give me my map back. And he rips it out of his hands.
Scribbled so hard he broke the map for me.
Yeah, it broke the map for me too. Katana Phil breaks the map.
Katana Phil's scribbles go beyond the fourth wall.
Yeah, but he scribbles down yonder ways. In an area that is very conducive to to everything. But
Perfect.
yeah, down here. What's a good bright color? This is a good bright color, and then we'll do like around in that area
Mhm.
is where you would find the tick berries.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. Well, we can definitely keep an eye out for them. That does seem to be in the general direction we're headed.
Let's get out of here before he uses that katana.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Bramble.
I kind of want to see him use it.
Bramble will pick up a rock and chuck it off into the forest the opposite way they want to go. Without Katana Phil seeing. Hopefully.
So you throw it in the direction you don't want to go?
Yes, the opposite direction that we'll be leaving. So toward the north.
Okay, so you throw it to the north because you're going to head south, correct?
Yes.
Phil perks up when he hears the stone hit, and he runs to the south.
Go, 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 go. Oh, son of a... Well, that didn't work the way I wanted to.
And off in the distance, as you hear him run off into the woods, you hear beady beady, and he just fades off into the distance.
Let's get out of here, kids.
Well, that was fun. Let's head down to that cache area.
I was a bit disappointed at how easily he agreed to do that. I mean, he did eat the quill, which was pretty funny, but
That was pretty
you know,
humorous.
I thought that would get actually. I would actually thought I would actually have to translate something.
I'm sure there'll be plenty more opportunities with him. I'm positive.
Especially if he's an alchemist, and even Haps mentions it's like, oh, it couldn't hurt to have a few extra heals on hand, and he looks around, he's like, something that doesn't look like everyone here has.
Yeah. Well, let me make a note of it. Kickberry Farm. Can't wait to cross that one off the list.
Do you ever put my pajama pants on that list?
Pajama pants for Bramble.
New pants.
You know, and he just turns and starts walking away. And as he's walking away, he's like, I probably could fix that if I could just get a sewing needle. And they head off towards the cache.
Okay. You travel a couple more hours, and you see. Well, I can get rid of Phil's music because we're not with Phil anymore. You travel a couple more hours, and atop of a very low hill is an old lightning-struck tree. And as you look around, it's the only tree in roughly a 2-mile radius. As you approach from the north, heading south, the tree itself looks like an eerie claw that is reaching towards the sky.
That's foreboding.
What a coincidence. The only tree for a long while is scarily twisted and gnarled. Snorri, why don't you go touch it?
All right.
Does this match the tree from your map?
Make
I'll
a
check the map. Does it?
Yeah, make a survival check with advantage, Snorri. Okay. 19. Yes, it does. It does match the tree from your map. So what do you do?
We'll go up and touch it.
Go up and touch the tree. As you do, you notice that there is a section of earth that has been disturbed near the north side of the tree's roots. But nothing happens when you touch the tree.
All right.
Well, good. He didn't get struck by lightning. He says to Satyr. All right, let's go. And
Okay.
approach further.
Gets closer as well.
Okay.
Oh, look, disturbed dirt.
Oh. So much to dig that up.
You guys have a shovel?
looks to
My-
Snorri, looks to Satyr.
My pack is mostly full of books.
Oh, I forgot we had a mobile library.
No, but I guess we've got hands.
Gary
Bramble will use. Oh,
looks
sorry.
down at his hands, and if he could express, if he could emote, he realizes that this is his moment. This is what he was made for. It's not truly what he was made for, but he believes that this is something that he can do.
You've got this, Gary.
If you break a finger, I'm not going to fix it. Go for it, though.
And now Gary is more reluctant than ever to assist with this task. What did the rest of you do?
Bramble will cast Mage Hand to start digging at the loose dirt as well.
Okay.
Might as well.
Chant.
Let's go, Gary. And I get down on my hands and knees and
And
start
Gary
stuff
looks
away.
Gary looks to you, Satyr, and again he takes your kindness as a form of leadership that he doesn't get from Bramble, but he is obviously bound to Bramble. But he starts digging, and Haps also, like, you see him look around, and Haps gets like some sticks, and he kind of like wedges them out so that way you can dig in the dirt with the stick, so that way it's not too terribly bad.
That's a better idea. Copies.
And after about 20 minutes of digging and where the dirt was disturbed, you see what appears to be a bundle that is wrapped in a heavy leather cloak.
Ooh. What is it?
I'll use the Mage Hand to unwrap it.
Okay. As you unwrap it, the cloak itself appears to abhor any and all dirt and grime that appear to linger on it. Like, while it is buried in dirt, you go to lift it up and the dirt just kind of like sloughs off of it.
Vader's eyes just sparkle at it.
Inside is a very pristine looking dagger. There appears to be a wand, a silver ring, and a spell book.
Cloak, dagger, wand, silver ring, spellbook. I will take a look at the spellbook.
Okay.
Because it's a book.
It appears that some of the pages have been waterlogged, but it doesn't appear to be from it being buried here. It looks like it had been exposed to water at some point prior to its burial.
Bummer, damage.
But there are 5 spells that are still within the book and are usable. You can make an Arcana check if you'd like, and then I can give you the list of spells.
Yeah, sure.
22.
Oh, okay.
Very
22.
good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. The spells within the book are Identify, Mage Armor,
Okay.
Enlarge Reduce, Silent Image, and Unseen Servant.
Ooh. Okay. Good to know.
Now, among you, you do have I mean, I know that Satyr is a scion, so you are like a psychic mage. So this still kind of like this still kind of applies to you. With a 22 Arcana check, I'll even allow this to carry over to some of the other stuff. The wand itself is obviously magical, but so is the dagger. The dagger is giving off an aura of magic. But with an Arcana check of 22, you know that you can ritually cast Identify, and you would be able to identify these items more properly.
Guys, I'm detecting some magic off of this dagger and this wand here. And it looks like this book does have an Identify spell. Oh, I'm sorry, real quick, out of thing. Is that I know that was part of the rules you said, like, is that, you said books and the spells that we can use from books, they get expended when we use them?
Yes, if you use them, okay, so if you use them as a scroll, so like if you were to rip the page out, you can cast it as a scroll, but then it's gone. If you leave it within the book and like learn it, then you can just cast it that way if you're a prepared caster or if you're learning new spells. But for you guys, none of you are like prepared casters, so it's like, hey, rip the page out and then cast. But yes, anyone can cast from a scroll or a page from a book.
Oh, you may as well use it. That's
Pointing
we
out
didn't have.
to them. I don't really know much about using magic per se. Why don't you do it?
Here. Bramble reach out and take the book.
Satyr's fully expecting you to just read from the book.
He rips out the page of Identify and magically uses it. Magically.
Okay.
What have you done?
Which spell are you using out of that one?
Identify.
Okay. So, for the sake of this, because I don't know if you guys actually get this as a spell in your individual spell lists, upon ripping the page of Identify out, the residual magic continues to kind of like fly in the air like little motes, and it coalesces over all three of you. Mechanically now, all three of you can ritually cast Identify now. You can add that to your spell list whether or not it is meant to be there or not. So, as long as you spend 10 minutes, because it takes 10 minutes to cast it. As long as you take 10 minutes, you can identify magic items.
Is that just the one time?
No, you permanently have access to Identify.
Oh. Okay. Fancy.
But the page is expended from the book because Bramble was like, no, I'm going to rip it out. And as you do so, you find that the wand itself is a wand of burning hands. And it currently has 4 charges left. It has a total of, let me roll. It has a total of 7 charges, but it has 4 charges left.
Okay.
The dagger is a dancing dagger. Basically, you use your bonus action to toss the dagger into the air. You speak a command word, and when you do so, it hovers within 30 feet and can attack one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. But it will use your attack roll and ability modifier for damage. While it hovers, you can use the bonus action to have it fly 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet as part of the same bonus action. So basically, you use your bonus action to make it attack as it like hovers around you.
Okay.
After hovering around for the 4th time, it flies 30 feet up and tries to return to your hand. If it cannot return to your hand, it falls to the ground at your feet. As long as it has no unobstructed path to you, it moves as close as it can and then falls to the ground.
Well, that's neat. Dibs.
All yours.
And the cloak is a cloak of endure elements. Basically what this does is you become resistant to extreme hot or cold climates. And you don't have to make saving throws to resist such environments.
What color is it?
It is a very earthen toned, very warm, sturdy cloak made of fine woven cloth. So almost like a hunter green, or a hunter green with like a little bit of like light tan and like darker brown accenting towards like the edges.
Man, I'd take that cloak if no one's taking it.
I mean, I'll take everything if no one's taking anything.
I'll definitely stuff the spell book into my box of books. Or
Okay.
Into my bag of books.
Okay, so
Use the-
spellbook would go to Satyr, the dagger goes to Bramble, and the cloak goes to Snorri. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about
And
the ring?
I'll just
The ring is non-magical. The ring is non-magical.
Junk.
Wait, what does that ring look like?
It's a silver ring. It's not a gold ring like what you're looking for.
Okay.
yeah, I'll just stuff it in my bag also.
Okay. But with that, I know that we're coming up on time, so I think this is a good place for us to end as you guys settle in and recover this this treasure from the cache. That being said, I want to thank my players for a fantastic session. I know it's been a while since we got back together, but I'm happy that we were able to get together and play again. What is, let's see, 2 weeks from today would be the 30th. Are there any issues with that day, or do we need to move to the following week after that one?
I currently do not have any issues with that day.
At this time,
don't
I'm
know
good
of
for
any
that.
either.
Okay.
And
So-
so you were good for it too.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I said this time I'm currently good for that.
Okay. So we can resume on the 30th. We'll resume more Lorebreaker. But yeah, thank you, players. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jotun.
It's me. They said my name. But yes, thank you guys, and thank you, chat, for hanging out. I know we start at a different time than most of the other ones, but that's okay. These VODs, again, will be uploaded on the YouTube. Probably, let's see, this is, Tuesday? So this one will be uploaded on Friday, barring any real-life circumstances that keep me from doing the responsible thing and uploading the VOD. But aside from that, what do I got going on? I have Wednesday. I am playing Baldur's Gate with Eggy, who's there in chat. Playing Baldur's Gate at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow on our off days of our Wednesday game, which is taking a break because people are busy. Everyone gets busy, and we understand that, and we respect that around these parts. So, other than that, where am I gonna send everybody? Where are we going? I'm sure we can figure it out. I think. Okay, I know where we're gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and raid into. Yeah, she's still streaming. All right, we're gonna go ahead and raid into our good friend Lyric, who takes part in our Wednesday games usually. So, players, thank you so much. Chat, thank you so much. What we're gonna do, raid into Lyric. Please be polite to the streamer we're about to drop in on. They might be in the middle of something and may not be able to respond to us right away. I'm sure they'll get to us if they can, when they can. If you like the streamer's content, please give them a follow. If you really like their content, give them a subscribe. You're not required to do either, but do remember a follow is free. All right. That's it for us. So please, friends, stay safe, eat well, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, internet. We love you. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.